Based on Matt Ruff's novel, Lovecraft Country, the HBO series is storytelling excellence and follows characters brilliantly depicted by actors Atticus Freeman, played by Jonathan Majors, as he joins forces with Letitia Lewis, played by Journey Smollett, and his Uncle George Freeman, played by Courtney B. Vance. They embark on a road trip across 1950s Jim Crow America in search of Atticus or Tick's missing father, Montrose Freeman, played by Michael Kenneth Williams. This begins an adventure of generational survival to overcome the horror and terror of white American supremacy, supernatural powers, and otherworldly, bloodthirsty monsters. Chaos pursues them in multiverse, time, and space coordinates. Viewers were left hanging on the edge of their seats at the end of each episode. Misha Green is masterful as HBO Lovecraft Country's showrunner, writer, and executive producer. She is also the creator and executive producer of the historical drama Underground and Helix. Executive producers also include J.J. Abrams, Jordan Peele, Bill Carraro, Jan Demange, Daniel Sackheim, and David Nolan. Tonight is HBO Lovecraft Country's season finale. I suspect many fans, like myself, will be exhilarated by the fantastic, heart-stopping presentation. This series has not disappointed in showcasing less included historical events like the Tulsa Massacre or bombing of Black Wall Street, the Korean War, and the cold-blooded murder of young Emmett Till. Fans like me will be deeply saddened at the show's conclusion. Bravo to HBO for putting forth a medium that helps to counter the historical ignorance of the real lives led by Africans and their descendants of the American slave economy upon which this country was founded in a creative, respectful, and intelligent manner. Bravo. Today on this segment of Gymnastics Foundations, the road to becoming a movie stuntman. Introducing our guest, Brian Neal of HBO's Lovecraft Country. Brian, welcome. So
Thank you.
excited to have you. Welcome to the Athletic Arts Academy via Zoom,
Yeah.
away from Chicago. Again, I want to thank you for joining me and our gymnastic community in a conversation about gymnastics foundations.
Of course.
So, one of the things I found and how we got connected was that you have a gymnastics background.
Yes.
So, here's some little stuff that I Googled about you. And it says that, for one, all our fans out there, Brian is 6'1.5" tall. So that should give you some perspective. Don't forget the half. That should give you some perspective because I know all we ever really get to see is your headshot on the Facebook group, which I'm going to
Yeah.
talk a little bit about. So it says that you are a stunt performer, actor, model, and voice-over artist, which I
Yes.
thought was very interesting, from Chicago, Illinois. You are a member of SAG and AFTRA.
Yeah.
You attended Northern Illinois University, Go Huskies,
Huskies.
where you obtained a Bachelor's of Science degree. In your off time, you work at a cheer gym, teaching tumbling to gymnasts, dancers, and cheerleaders.
Yep.
So you participate, your work involves TV, film, commercials, print, and stunts. You were also featured in an issue of Vogue Italia's Best Of, which I also thought was interesting. So, I mean, just interesting. I love it. I love it so much. So, tell us a little bit about your gymnastics experience as a youth, or however long that was. I don't know. I don't really know
Yeah.
how long you were in the sport of gymnastics, and just tell us a little bit about that, please.
So I guess start from the beginning. I was born during the Olympic year. Not gonna say that date, but I was always interested in the Olympics, and gymnastics has always like caught my eye, men's and women's. So I've
Okay.
always wanted to, watch and learn. Grew up in Chicago, and we didn't really have, the means for me to take lessons. So
Mm-hmm.
with me being the fearless kid that I am, I just went outside.
Mm-hmm.
So anything I could probably stand on, I'll flip off of. So I'm very visual, which I learned at an early age too. If I could see it, I could copy it. So
Okay.
now it's just trying to find apparatuses, if you will, to copy this gymnastics that I've been seeing. So I started off tumbling very, very young age. Like I said, flipping off of anything I can. Not really getting instruction, if you will. So I don't know if it looked good or not, but it was cool to my friends. So it was a okay.
Mm-hmm.
I basically went into other sports, but I still kept tumbling. Did football, basketball, baseball, um, probably any sport you can think of. I probably did it, and that took me into high school. Um, we didn't have any gymnastics programs with the school, but there were a lot of gyms around where they were offering like rec activities.
Mm-hmm.
So I would basically pop into a rec class here and there just to, get further instruction to try to learn more. But I still did, the tumbling on my own outside.
Mm-hmm.
My senior year of high school, I joined our cheer team because one of the girls' parents owned a gym, and that was in my mind kind of free way that I could actually go into a gym and learn more, which is what I did.
Okay. Okay.
So I got really, really more into gymnastics then. I didn't actually like compete and do anything until college, where I went to NIU, and in Sycamore, it was a gym that offered um, a rec league, or rec competitions,
Mm-hmm.
and that's when I actually finally got to really compete doing gymnastics, with floor of course being my best one. I excelled at rings, floor, and vault.
Okay. So you
Pommel
were.
horse wasn't too
Oh,
fancy for
okay.
me,
Mm-hmm.
but I mean, I still try. It didn't really work out, but I still try. So trying is very important. But floor is my favorite. Floor is just everything to me, and I did it for 3 years, and
Mm-hmm.
then of course I graduated college, and then became an adult, and I started teaching.
Okay. All right. So let me chime in right there because that's you made a very good point, a whole lot of points because I myself also started out as a street gymnast. We didn't know what a gymnast was really,
Yep.
and pretty much mirrored
What you
experience
saw?
in terms of going. I was fortunate to have a high school that had a gymnastics program, but I was a little ahead of the game basically because, and I wouldn't say ahead of the game, but being a person who was brand new to the sport, I was a little ahead because I was one of those kids, just like I still see them today when I'm driving around, and I know precisely what's about to take place when I see a bunch of kids who have absconded some mattress from
Yep.
day. It's on the grass. There's a line, and
Yep.
some kid is going to run up and do whatever and
Yep.
pray that they land on their feet. But this is how we got down, and it was
Yeah.
wonderful. And a lot of careers have this was a springboard for them
Right.
when they had access to the equipment. Hence, the reason why I do what I do, because
Right.
of the little guys like you and the
Yeah.
little girls like me who are thrilled. We love the adrenaline. We heal fast.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Talk about those bumps and bruises. And so, but the perseverance, and when you said, in terms of, how it manifests itself, which is really why I wanted to connect with you, because I really do see you as very successful, and that, that gymnastics piece was, a link in the chain.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So I really want to talk to you a little bit about that. So you said you were like a very energetic child, and I love the fact that you talked about the other sports that you did.
Hmm.
As a coach and as a club owner, I get, people who not really aware of the sport,
Hmm.
and there's not a whole lot of imagery of young black males in the sport of gymnastics. And
Right.
so, parents don't always see the value of it. They don't know much about it, except for their kids saw some YouTube video and now they want to do it. Mommy, mommy, daddy, daddy, please, please, please. So, in helping them to understand the benefits of it and seeing that it is not any different than football, basketball, or any of those other sports. And in fact, I feel like the conditioning part of it just does amazing things for the physique.
Oh yeah. I would say gymnastics and cheerleading were the hardest things I've done. And I mean, this is talking about 2 a days and 3 a days during football. Like they don't have nothing on a gymnastics routine or a gymnastics workout at all. And
Exactly.
it's very helpful. Like I wish I would have known like prior, gymnastics helps with football. It will help with basketball.
Yes.
Like you get so loose, so agile, like your body just feels so good after a workout that will help with the other sports.
Yes, yes, absolutely, absolutely. And having you as a real life manifestation of that cross training
Mhm.
is really important. And I really hope that parents and young people, our young athletes will take
Yeah.
note of that. I've seen some of that from some of the kids that I've trained as well. And so, as you're jumping all over everything, and I know those children too. I love them. I love the
Mhm.
daredevils. I love them. And the parents are sitting there and they're so embarrassed because they want their child to behave, and they just want to do everything all at once. And I'm just telling them, just give it time. We are going to do everything
Right.
you feel as though you can imagine yourself to be able to do. And
Mhm.
one of the things is we're going to fly. And they look at me like, what are you talking about? It's like, yeah, we're going to fly. We're going to explore the art of flying. So you're up there, you're flying all over the living room and this and that. So what was it? When did you know that, then when did grown-ups take notice, and what was their role in your path as
like
an
like my
athlete?
parents.
Or any or adults period, like you said, you had a friend who had a parent who owned a gymnastics
Oh, right.
studio. So yeah, like at some point people probably started to take notice that you were a little different. How did that go?
Well, I can't say that people necessarily took notice that I was like different. I mean, just a energetic child, but I mean, also at the same time, like I was quiet. I love school, so I mean, I always say like I was a popular nerd. So like I knew, all the people to know, but yet my head would be in the book, or
Okay.
I'll be doing math. I'll be doing some type of schoolwork. Like I didn't go out and party or hang out with friends or any of that. Like at a young age or even in high school, like I've never had a sleepover before. Like that wasn't a thing. I would rather stay at home and do math or like read a
Right.
book or something
Right.
than do that. But I mean, I guess I was kind of invisible, if you will.
Mm,
Um, things kind of came easy to me for me. But like I said, I learned early at a younger age that I'm a visual person. I just have to see it. If I can see it, it's in there. It's locked. And then I figure it out on my own how I can do it, which I think is the thrill for me. So I can't even say like if any adult like took notice or like watched that
hmm
I was gonna get to anything like what I'm doing now, or how far in advance that I would make it or anything. I don't know. I just work, and I mean, I guess it was just for me. I didn't think I would be I would be this far, this close, but I mean, I never stopped. When there was more to learn, I was ready to go.
Wow, I love that. I think, wow, I think there's a lot of young people who could relate to you
Mhm.
on the level of being, I mean, especially in the sport of gymnastics, I have a lot of popular nerds. I could consider myself one of them,
Mhm.
and loving reading, the love of books, the love of intellectualism, um, but also you address something which was important about, I think, his experience or sense, which is being invisible.
Right,
And even though they are not, their dreams might be.
right,
And so when they say things like, I want to do gymnastics, there might be, because there's no parents don't have a reference maybe for what exactly that means, or they want to be a cheerleader but they only have one type of reference in terms
right,
of what cheerleading is. They don't really understand the athletic aspect of it. They may not even get the team building and the leadership qualities that come from it. So right away, their dreams of participating in things like that kind of get squelched or put to the side.
yeah,
Not only that, there's a lot of things going on, and in our surrounding communities, um, and I think this is true for everywhere. I think that I've been that, families are really stretched thin,
yeah,
and even if not economically, like trying to get kids to practices and lessons and
right,
this, that, and the other, that it can be exhausting, and
hmm,
also managing your work and family and all that kind of stuff. So a kid could very easily become invisible. They can very easily become not a priority in terms of their development. But the key, I think you brought up, which is that you keep working,
yeah.
you kept yourself in a open. I think there's an openness. Would you say that you were open to new experiences as a young person, becoming an adult?
Oh yeah. I mean, like I think why I guess I mean I don't really know if like I said I have no idea if people took notice only because I didn't care. I was doing it for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like I like I said grew up watching, the Olympics, and that was just something for me. Like I don't care if an adult took notice. I'm taking notice. Like I'm here, I'm putting in the work,
Mm-hmm.
like hey, I just, learned this new skill today, you know, yay, nay. Well, I don't care. I learned a new skill today. I'm happy. So you can
Mm-hmm.
be happy with me, or I don't care about if you're not. So it's just, I guess I'm self motivated. Self motivation has been a big thing. Is that, I mean, I do the stuff I want to do, and I'm, grateful to be able to do everything. But I'm first. Like if I'm happy doing it, I kind of don't care if anybody else is happy that I'm doing it. If
Mm-hmm.
they are, like kudos, like thank you, you with me. But I mean, if you're not, so what? I am. Like it's me. I'm doing it. It's me. And that's why I love tumbling. It's me.
Tumbling again, the act of human flight.
Right.
Love it, love it, love it. So, how we met? So we met through the HBO Lovecraft Country official discussion group, of which there is approximately 22,000 members now. Did you realize you were? It's insane, but great. We love it. It's so much fun. I just want to give a quick shout out to our admins and moderators, Barbara Planton Dalton, Scott Franks, Deborah Lynn, TJ Scott, and TJ Scott. Um, I feel like if you don't know what Lovecraft Country is, HBO's Lovecraft Country is, you must be living under a rock right now. Because that is what's hot. That is what's on people's minds. It is really shaping, I feel as though, the genre of sci-fi, horror, action, history,
Everything.
everything. And here you are. Tell us a little bit about your role in that work of art. Tell us a little bit about what you do, and then we're going to talk a little bit about how you got from cheerleading and gymnastics to doing what you do. Tell me a little bit about what it is that what your role was.
So I am the stunt double for Atticus, who is the lead actor of the show, being played by Jonathan Majors. Basically, my job is to do all, well, I can say all. My job is to do stunts that are deemed dangerous or unsafe for the actors to do themselves, and also the guinea pig for things that the actors are actually going to be doing, but we have to make sure it's safe for them to do it first.
Okay. I don't think many people know that they just probably, like in my head, they probably think, okay, stunt double, that, and what they kind of show like in comedy sometimes, like you see the actor there and they do a certain thing, then all of a sudden they disappear and somebody else stands in,
Yeah.
but the fact that you are actually trying out certain things for the actors to do, that's pretty important. And I mean, like, seriously, the stunt double to me is a stunt man or stunt person, is a part of movie making magic. Like,
Hmm.
we couldn't have a story without you all,
Yeah.
and even though we don't get to see you, like, as your importance in making the story complete
Right.
and getting that thrill is just like so important. So tell me a little bit more about some of your experiences, uh, you know, on set, where you felt your gymnastics really kind of like popped out. I have a sense as a gymnastics coach, but I don't know if people know what gymnastic developed for you physically and mentally, in how to deal with some of the really, really, I mean, insanely dangerous things that you were doing on set.
So I would say, of course, gymnastics and cheerleading is actually how I got into doing stunts. Um, when I first applied, that's all I sent. All I have is videos of me just going crazy on the floor, doing vault, like just showing that I can move, showing that I know where I'm at in the air, have great air awareness. And I'm very like agile. Like I can basically do whatever I want if I'm not standing on the ground. So with that, it's a lot of things that come into play when doing stunt work. For Lovecraft Country specifically, Atticus is a war veteran. So, he's meant to be somebody that can move, somebody that can fight, somebody that's agile, somebody that's quick on his toes, somebody that's like a war veteran. So, having a gymnastics background, some of the things that we've had to do, episode one, that's me jumping out of the way of the car coming in. Like sometimes, they would use wires to help pull you and, all of this stuff. I had no wires. That was me 100% standing in that cabin by myself, timing it and ready to jump out of the way on my own.
Wow.
Like nobody else was in there with
I'm
me.
like, I don't know, yo. Can we trust the girl?
I was in there all by myself, ready to go, ready to do it. Did it in one take. It turned out excellent, turned out perfect. I think that's the best stunt I think I've ever done, like so far. Definitely the most dangerous, but um, other things like you'll see something else in the finale today. I can't say what it is yet, but you'll see what it is
Look,
tonight.
don't tell me anything. I don't want to know. I'm going
No,
to
no,
box of
no
tissue.
spoilers, but in the finale, you will see another type of gymnastics thing that had to be done where it's just, endurance. Like gymnastics teaches you endurance. A lot of the stuff that we do, we have to do multiple times. Like you see it once, we probably had to do it 20, 30 times.
Wow.
And it's over and over and over and over. Something might not be right. Something might be okay. Some might be a little good. Some might be wanting to change at the end. Some just might want to be different just so they have options. You never
Mm,
know.
mm,
Going back to episode 1 again, I'm rolling down that hill.
yes.
I had to do that 3 times. And
Hmm.
it's, hey, you got to roll down this 40-foot hill, make it to the bottom. And all while not showing my face, too, because you're supposed to think it's the other guy. So that's a big part of it, too. You're not supposed to see us. Our whole
Okay.
job is to make you think it's them.
Hmm. So that in
So,
itself is an art, is a skill, which is
right,
trying to do the stunt and not
be
show your
seen.
face in a position, such a certain angle. Wow. Okay.
Yep. So I always say, most of the time, if you can't see the actor's face, it's probably one of us.
Okay.
So anytime it's a back shot, anytime that it's not like openly there where something dangerous or exciting is happening, it's
Hmm.
probably not them. It's probably a stunt person that's there doing that part for them. Because
Wow.
you can see times where they show them. I mean, if you see them there and they get hit, well, that's them. But if you see like they head turn and they get hit with a chair, probably not them.
Well, when you were, as you were talking about the, especially having to go roll down that hill in that scene, multiple times, I think about gymnastics in terms of how many times, you crash on that floor exercise, or how many times, you're on the bars and you just hit it hard. It's a reflex almost, but it's also a conditioning for
Yep.
how to pick yourself up, how
And
to
do it
dust
again.
yourself off and do it again,
Yep.
and do it again. And, parents are flinching. I'm pretty immune to it now. Like for women's gymnastics, the balance beam is probably one of the
Yes.
craziest things. You're watching and the danger that's involved,
Mhm.
and they might bite it, like really hard, and we're like, they've done that like a million times. We know when they're fine and when they're not fine.
Right. Right.
So I could see how, and then, with the cheer, wow. I mean, just watching some of the competitive cheerleading, I did cheer as well, but not to I mean, when I did cheer, we wore leather bucks and wool skirts and sweaters, okay? I'm dating myself a little bit, but, watching competitive cheerleading today is,
it's crazy.
it's really crazy, but I love it. I love the thrill of it. I love, that the teamwork.
Mhm.
Because we have mats and all this kind of stuff. You got the floor and you got your support team.
That's it. That's it.
Your mat is your bases,
Yep.
and you have to rely on them to catch you, and so how was it with you working with the other, your other stunt personnel, and how was that scene? What was the culture? Tell us a little bit about the culture of being a stunt person on Lovecraft Country.
Well, so I could be honest. I was the newest stunt person working on that show.
Mm,
When I first got booked for Lovecraft Country, I think I was only in stunts for a year and a half.
mm,
I was working with people who've been in stunts for like 10, 15, 20, 30 years. And
Wow.
I have one and a half. And I got booked as the lead stuntman for the lead actor. So on that, it was a little intimidating. Um, I have, at the time, of course, never worked on, such a big budgeted show,
Mm-hmm.
let alone for the duration of the show. Like I would do, a day here, a day there on specific shows, but like this was for the entire show. And I'm like, oh my God, like who am I going to be working with? Who am I going to meet? Who am I going to see?
Mm-hmm.
Who's going to be here? Who's watching me?
Yeah.
Like I got to make sure I can do everything or be, as great as them.
Mm-hmm.
But they all were super awesome, super amazing. I say they all are mentors. I made actually a Facebook post today, thanking everyone
Mm-hmm.
because that's what they did. Like
Okay.
times that I thought I messed up, times that I was having a hard time, I was struggling. Like blood, sweat, and tears really went into this show for real.
Wow.
And it was moments where, they would come up and just be like, hey, don't sweat it. This is nothing. It's not what you think. Or, hey, next time try this. Do it this way. Do that. Like nothing but respect for every single one of them. They had my back. They had me. It could have been easy just to be like, just replace the guy, get somebody who can do it. Nah, it wasn't nowhere, no kind of way like that. They were very helpful, very, very awesome. Like I love them all, and it was just amazing just to get that, to feel that. It was like a team. Like I said, gymnastics and cheer, and I'm used to being on the team, having teamwork, and so far with all the other projects I've worked on, yeah, I have a team, with the coordinator or, other stunt people holding bags and stuff, but usually in the shot is just me. This is the first time I've ever had to do a stunt with someone else. So
Oh,
it wasn't just me anymore. I'm not just relying on me. I'm relying on both of us. I'm relying on all three of us.
mm.
And, all four of us even for episode 4 when we were
You're
swimming.
saying
Like,
all four of us, you're talking about the stunt person for Journey, the stunt person.
yes.
Okay, so you're talking about the stunt person for who else? For
For Montrose, the stunt person for Yahima,
mm-hmm.
the stunt person for Uncle George.
Okay.
Like it wasn't just me. Like for that shot that I posted with me rolling down the hill, Journey stunt double is there with me too. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I take the heat because I hit the tree, but like she right there alongside me.
Mm.
Like you think that like you think that's tough, that's hard. She right there with me.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, I hit the tree, but she rolled down that hill too.
And that was a real hill, by the way. That wasn't like
Oh no, that was real.
what they call it, the image, what they call it, with
Little
the
CGI green screen.
CGI. That wasn't CGI. That was
Nah,
dirt and twigs and branches and the whole thing.
man, that tree took me out.
Oh man, so yeah, so that's wonderful. You guys have you have your own celebrity status. I think, I think it definitely deserves applause and it definitely deserves attention. Because again, you guys are helping to make that movie magic. You've also been on um, some other very big projects as well. Tell us a little bit about some of the other programs that you've done that you worked on, and also some other things outside of being a stunt person that you've done.
I had the pleasure of being on the TV series The Shy, which is the Chicago series. And I've worked on every single season.
Mm-hmm.
I've doubled Jason, Coach Ricky, Omari. Like
Wow.
I've had the opportunity just to work on that show, and it was awesome. Like I'm always a pivotal character on that show, which is amazing.
Okay.
Like Jason on season 1, who gets killed, and then Coach Ricky in season 2, who's basically being naughty, and then Omari in season 3, who like kidnapped somebody. Like I get all the pivotal roles, which I love. That coordinator is amazing for that show. I actually also had the pleasure of working for Mr. Tyler Perry while I was down in Atlanta doing Lovecraft Country.
Uh-huh.
I got to work on the Oval, and I was doubling one of the lead actors on the Oval, and that was just that was crazy. Like doing that scene, like Tyler Perry's like directing me, like that was that was nuts.
I am sure.
Oh
Wow,
my god,
that's amazing. And I just again, why it's so important to hear you and see you, in that I see you and I see my little guys, my little girls come up the stairs with their eyes wide open, and I you are giving me so much imagination, so much, just giving me those images that I could see them as. And
yeah,
I, because I want to just kind of point them in a direction, or say, look, look down that road, that's a life that you can have. And the thing that you brought out, I thought was so cool when you talked about being part of a team, being part of creating something really important. These are the things that life, joyful life, is made out of. It's not always going to be perfect, but
no,
I'm sure
no.
you got some stories about that too.
Oh yeah, I got a story.
you know but the joy that you seem to be sharing with us right now, that you are sharing with us right now, seems to be carrying you forward.
Yeah,
And during those challenges that we know our young people are going to come up against, having those joyful experiences, having those connections that validate us, that warm us, are so important for keep going forward, for keep
yeah,
going forward, for not giving up.
right.
You have, illustrated in your experience. But tell us, tell so and look what's happening. The Shy Man, oh my gosh, Tyler Perry,
Yeah.
oh my, okay. I have fainted and come back too. I just want you to know, you ain't see it on the video, but you know, many times, because these are great minds. These are not just celebrity personalities. These are great thinkers,
Yeah.
masters of our time. So, tell us a little bit about some of the other things that you've done, because I see we got some modeling going on, voiceover. That's interesting. I mean, you just were like, "What is it?" I'm not gonna say no. Let me try it. Let's do this. What's good?
I mean, so with the modeling, I was in Vogue Italia. I had 5 pictures get selected for their spread. When was this? This was back in 2014, 2015. It was a while ago, but I mean, even still, that's still awesome.
Exactly.
5 pictures made it into there. I am, in Marcus Theaters, which is a big theater chain that's here. They actually have theater chains in Atlanta as well. I did a shoot for them, and I wound it up being on all of their brochures, all of their billboards. I was on the little ads that they played like before, the movie starts, and it was super cool because they had just built a new theater in my old neighborhood, and like they had the grand opening of pictures of me, and I'm like,
Exactly. That's like that. Mom, my song is playing on the radio. Look,
man,
that's me on the billboard. That's me opening the show.
so many people were calling me, messaging me like, dude, like you everywhere, and I'm like, you get send me a picture right now. I don't believe you. Send me a picture. And
Wow.
I was just getting them. I'm like, what is like? This was just a small photo shoot. Like the photo shoot was maybe like 3 hours. It was not even long. And I'm like all over the theater, on their billboards, down in Atlanta in a whole nother state. Like, what is this? And then after that, I had another shooting, for a haircut. I just went and got my haircut. That's all I did. I went and got my haircut. Then I'm on the box. I'm on the box for the company.
You know what? And when I saw that I saw that. I think you did. You share that, or did maybe I found that
No,
in.
I didn't share that. I didn't share that one.
Yeah, it was probably that was in my research. And I saw that, and of course now my brain is flashing through all the boxes of hair clippers at the beauty supply store, and I'm like, what? So
Yep.
and because these are things that we take for granted, we
You're
don't
right.
really connect the model or the person who's introducing, products or, movies or, TV shows to us.
Hmm.
We take these things for granted, but they do provide a vital piece of the experience.
Yes. Yes.
When I go, I mean, for the longest, I'm growing out my mohawk now, but I've been cutting my hair. I've been shaving my hair for like ever, and
Okay.
so I'm a hair clippers fan. So when I saw that, I was like, what? She think back now, So I'm looking scouring, you know. But of course, these are things. It's like, okay, yeah, the brother look cleaned up, his lineup look good, what's it, how these work or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So
Right.
it's important. It's very
Yeah.
important, and the, when you talk about experiences, having that range of
Right.
experience, I love it. I love it. I love that you don't seem like you limit yourself to any particular profession, or you tell me what you
Nope.
tell me how you decide to do things that make you happy.
So this basically came from after college. After college, I double majored in math and chemistry. So with me saying that I was a nerd, that's very true. I wanted to be an astronaut, but I'm scared of heights, so that don't really
Okay,
work out too well.
let me let me
So
let me let
I
you with
was,
that math and chemistry.
yeah.
Okay, sons
Um,
out there,
they
daughters
just came
out there.
easy to me.
Are you listening to this, gentleman? I just want to make sure that the children are listening. Knock, knock, knock. Okay.
Math and chemistry. Numbers. Numbers equal money.
Mm-hmm.
I like money. I like numbers.
Mm-hmm.
you know,
But you
um,
didn't decide to go into chemistry.
right. So
You didn't
just
decide to become an
I took chemistry in high school, and I was just fascinated. Like we, froze a balloon. Like we like blew up a 2 liter bottle. Like that stuff was just like, I want to blow up more stuff, I think, or I want to play with this. I want to learn more about this. So I just kept going. And I mean, chemistry is numbers too. It's formulas, but numbers. I
Mm-hmm.
like math because of numbers. So I just did them both.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I finished like with the dual degree, and I actually stayed at college for an extra year because I was coaching already, and that was amazing. And I finally was just like, I need to go and be on my own. Time to be ready to transfer that phase to becoming an adult.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually got a job at a liquor manufacturer with my chemistry degree,
Okay.
and I was basically helping make Smirnoff.
Okay.
That was interesting for a very, very short time. um, I had really no social life, no time to hang out with my friends, or if I did, they weren't free, and it kind of bothered me. It was, great money, but like I couldn't like be me, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So myself is a big part of me as a whole. I've had a lot of experiences, a lot of different good and bad things happen from, you know, a young age to actually in college. And I just wanted to basically discover me. So it was me and my friends were taking a trip to Daytona, which is where we compete nationally during college cheerleading.
Mm-hmm.
And we went the following year. And on the plane ride, I was talking, and this random woman was just, I guess, listening to our conversation. And she just stopped me and she's like, your voice is amazing. Like, have you ever thought of like being in entertainment, like radio or movies? And I'm like, no, I have not thought about that at all. Um, but thank you, I guess. You listening to me talk, all right, thank you. And it was just like in the back of my head, it was like in the back of my mind, like, could I? Like, would that work? Can I do that?
Light bulb. Mm-hmm.
So I did what I always do. I used my good friend Google. So I got on the computer and I just started researching, started looking up things, started looking up whatever I could. I happened upon a modeling audition that was coming to the Chicago area a few weeks away. So I registered, signed up, I auditioned, and I made it. So I was like, oh, this lady was right, I think. let's
She's onto something here.
let's see where this goes. So
Oh,
I wound up doing one, two, three, four, 7 shows. I did 7 different runway modeling shows,
okay.
and
All right. So wait, hold on. Let me just pause here. Let me press pause on that conversation. So for all our lady friends and friends, that interprets to my man is fine. Okay. So he got the fineness to be up there on the runway. Please continue.
I got to walk in New York Fashion Week, and a lot of shows that were here in Chicago. And from there, I'm like, okay, I did this. Now, what else can I do?
Mm-hmm.
So I researched again. Like I said, good friend Google. Google is your friend. And a lot of the times I saw that most models transition into TV.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, I mean, I haven't done this that long, but can I still transition into TV?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. So I looked up information. I found a few um, um, articles that basically said the process.
Mm-hmm.
So I had like a little notes, you know, that I was following. So I know
There's a
just to
method.
get, you
There's a
know,
method. You got some
right.
methodology going on there. Mm-hmm.
So to get some insights, they say, hey, you should work as an extra. If you're new to this industry, you're new, you're just trying to find out, be an extra. That way you're actually on the set and you can see everything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I looked up extras casting and I found all the extras casting sites in Chicago. And I signed up with every single one of them.
You got time. You got
I had
time.
time, none but time. So next thing I know, I got booked for this TV show Betrayal. Okay, I'm on the TV show Betrayal. All right. I went to set, met a lot of people. That was fun. I want to do it again. I
Mm-hmm.
got booked for Chicago Fire. Oh, okay. I'm on the set. I met a lot of new different people. That
Mm-hmm.
was fun. I want to do it again. I
So
got
how far? So
booked.
how far? So how far away is this desk job? Or I would assume it's a desk job at Smirnoff. How far away is that now that you're, having all these wonderful? How far away is that now in your desires for things to do with yourself? How far?
Oh, that's gone. that's gone. I had the bug. Like I was modeling while I was still there,
Okay.
and like I would have coworkers, you know, poke fun at me or try to do like the runway walk down the line while I'm standing there, and I'm just like, make fun all you want to. It's okay. I'm having fun.
Yeah.
Like I'm doing me. We gonna see, you know, how it ends up. And
Mm-hmm.
then now they're like, oh my God, Brian's doing this. Oh my God, Brian's doing that. And I'm like, wait, weren't you the one though that was just like,
Mm-hmm.
now look. Now look, it's okay. I'm gonna keep doing me. You still at the same job. Hmm.
Mhm.
I'm having fun with mine. I know you're having fun with yours too, but I mean,
Wow. And what an adventure. I mean, happiness, the pursuit of happiness,
correct,
the
correct.
pursuit of happiness.
And
And
I
yeah.
will. I would say the biggest thing
Hmm.
you're gonna hear a lot of no's. You're gonna hear no, 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 no. You
Hmm.
don't fit this. You don't look that. You're not right for this. You're not right for blah 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 blah. You're gonna hear that.
Hmm.
So what?
Hmm.
All those no's. It only take one yes.
Hmm.
It take the right yes.
Hmm.
Everything ain't everybody cup of tea.
Hmm. Hmm.
So as many no's, as many people that's gonna say no or tell you you can't do something. Oh, I love them. I love those people. You can't do this. You're not gonna be able to do that.
Hmm.
Okay. Then I do it. Then I'm like,
Hmm.
were you who was right?
Hmm.
Were you wrong? I think you were wrong. You're wrong. It's okay. It's okay. It's
Exactly.
okay.
It's as you were talking about that, I was thinking about, in gymnastics, how often I have to talk young people into believing in themselves and
Correct.
getting to the other side of no in their head.
Yep.
And I think, I try to get, our athletes to understand the process. I'm not really big on, I mean, I love the fact that they achieve skills and they know, but what I really vested in is the process. What's the
Mm-hmm.
process that you are developing within yourself on how you get from no to yes, to can't to can, and
Yeah.
what you're talking about is, and you developed it beyond gymnastics, beyond cheer. You,
Yep.
it sounds like you are still developing it, and it's
Mm.
something that you're becoming masterful at, because a lot of people don't know how to handle no,
Right.
and they
And I
don't know how
mean,
to handle it consistently.
I can't say that I wasn't like at that point at first because I didn't understand. Like when I first, shifted into doing stuff like this,
Hmm.
I wasn't used to a no. Every time I did something, it was you get it. Every time I went for this, oh, you got it. I submitted for this, you got it. And then it was, I think it was when I was trying to get an agent for the first time, and they were just like, "You're not what we're looking for," and I'm like, am I not good enough?
You're
Am
like,
I
who?
not? Was I not good enough? What exactly are you looking for? I have it. I promise I have it. And I just like I laugh at that now
Hmm.
because I know like a few years ago they tried to contact me again to see if I wanted to be rep by them, and I'm like, no, you missed your shot. Like I have it now because I'm doing better.
Yeah.
No, so um, I would say like it used to get to me. All the no's used to, bother me a little bit, but I'm just like, well, this is an industry of no's. Like, if I expect a yes, that's not fun.
Right.
Let me get these no's. I want the no's because
Mm.
that's gonna make me work more, make me work harder. So when I do get that company that did say yes, when you come crawling back, I get to say no.
Bingo.
Right.
Wonderful. So let me ask you a few more questions, and then I'm going to, we're going to wrap it up. I could sit here and talk to you. I knew this was going to happen. I knew it. I knew it. So, but I'm going to try to get back to my little script here so that I can let you enjoy your day. And also, I got to get home so I can get all my
Yeah,
tissue.
you're ready for the finale.
I stop by, I might have to get me a spirit or something. I might have to have a therapist on speed dial. I don't know what's about to happen to my world tonight. So, let me ask you, are you still active in the sport? Are you still, because you're a gymnast for life. That's the way we see it,
Mhm. I
Hmm.
am definitely still active. I still actively tumble. I just basically teach my kids that you got to catch up to me. You're not gonna ever pass me, just so you know. But try to catch up. You get to me, I'm gonna learn something new that you can't do. Then you got to catch back up. It's fine. So I still tumble very, very actively just because I know it pushes them to try to catch me.
Mm-hmm.
I love it because I mean I do have the coach's mind. I apply everything that I say to my students to myself,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean I always tell them like it's okay to be afraid. It's okay to know that this is something dangerous. This is something that a lot of people don't do.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is unique, and
Mm-hmm.
it's okay to be afraid. A little fear is not going to hurt anything, but you have to know that you're going to be okay. It's going to be fine. All I do is teach time. I teach you how to use time. I'm really good at teaching time. So once we get going, once we get past the time, you're gonna be solid.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful, wonderful. And they're very fortunate to have you, and I think we had talked about that before, the things our students don't know about our journey that we bring to every single practice, every single class, because we are chemists,
Yep. Yep.
in pursuit of helping these young people along. Um, what's next for Brian Neal? What's next?
So right now I'm kind of riding this Lovecraft thing a little bit. I'm also on the Fargo TV show. I'll be on there tonight as well, so I get a double
You
duel today.
got the front door. What?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm on. I'll be on the season finale of
You need to stop
Lovecraft
already. I
tonight,
can't take no more. I can't take it.
and I'll be on episode 5 of Fargo tonight. Which it'll be me. I'm not doubling anybody. I get to be myself, which is the first time I've done stunts, and I got to be me and not somebody else. So I'm
Yay!
like super happy, super proud.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually just really training and hoping that my phone rings for the new Ant-Man movie.
Okay. Hello,
I hear
people.
I
Phone.
hear Jonathan's in the running, or rather, I think Jonathan is going to be Kang the Conqueror, and I would love to work with the actor again because I've worked with him quite a bit, and I hope my phone does ring for that role.
Listen, we all pulling for you over here too. So we gonna do what we can to kind of get, put some fire under the people's dialing ability.
Man,
Like, call a brother and hook us.
please.
Thank you very much. We enjoyed our experience, and we would like to continue in that fashion. So, in closing, I want you to shout out to someone special or someone's special. I know you today you gave a big, thank you to your colleagues. It could be them, it could be a friend, it could be anybody. Just give somebody a shout out today.
I want to shout out the youth. I want to shout out the kids. You guys are what's next. You guys are going to be, the next generation, the next people that lead us. We are getting older, getting wiser because we're getting older. But you guys are the future. Be the future. Like make up your own minds. Don't take no for it. Like don't. If you know you can do it, do it. Do not take no as a final.
Mm-hmm.
Work, 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 work. You're gonna have to work forever. Like nothing's really easy no more.
Mm-hmm.
So all the effort that you're putting into the gymnastics, it's gonna pay off. Even if you don't do gymnastics no more, you're gonna find out that you're gonna be utilizing those skills in other aspects of your life.
Ding, ding, ding. And you are a classic example of that, Brian. I tell you, I don't want to hang up. You know, um, I really want to thank you from the depths of my heart for taking the time out, for connecting to us. And I look forward to learning more about you. And, one day, whenever the pandemic decides to disappear
Yo,
into the ether, uh,
yeah.
come and grace us with your presence.
I was like, I could pop into the gym for real. Like that gym looked nice.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I got a little I got a little bit of something going on
I
over
see. I'm peeping. I'm like, oh, look at that.
Mama got to bring it for her children. Y'all not gonna roll into the little, no okie doke. We gonna get for real in here.
Man,
Yeah, but thank you so much, Brian. I
it's been a
really
pleasure.
appreciate it, and I, wish you the best. I know we all do, all 22,000 of us, and that's only
22,000.
one Facebook group. There's so many. We really wish you the best. I'm going to post your Instagram at the end of the video, and your Facebook. I'm going to, get all that stuff together. Family and friends, I want you to support this brother. I mean, wow, just amazing and so authentic. I really appreciate it. All right, my dear.
All right. Thank you so much. This was awesome.
It's not the end. It's the end of this particular
Right, just this one.
with
Because
each
who
other.
knows? If I do get Ant-Man, we might have to talk again.
We must. Okay. All right. That's a promise. Thank you
Yes, it
so much.
is.
Enjoy your evening.
All right, thank you. See you.
See you too. Bye bye.